All right, guys, let's get this show on the road. My name is Kurt Provost, and a bunch of you already know me as your guide to all things new skin. That's from the YouTube channel. It's been growing brilliantly. We're almost up to 6,000 people, which is such a cool community that's happening there. For all those who are new and we're yet to meet, let me share a little bit about my story before I dive into this presentation. That's essentially the idea of this is a business overview, a business briefing to give you just a taste of whether or not this is something you want to look into further and capitalize on the opportunity that is laid out before you. So it's another option that is on the table for you. And I personally believe it's an amazing option because of the experiences I've had. So I've been around this company for over a decade now, which is completely insane when I say that. But I began with this company. I was drawn to Nu Skin because I value freedom. I value freedom above everything else. And the first manifestation of that was I just went traveling. So I saved up as much money as I could, working 4 jobs at the same time, had 15 grand in the bank, which was a small fortune for an 18-year-old, and I just hit the road. And I soon realized it's really expensive to travel. And so I didn't want to really pay for any of those tickets. So I started hitchhiking, and I fell in love with the sense of adventure and meeting people, the stories you hear. And I continued to hitchhike around the world, over 1,000 rides for the following 5 years. So that's a little unusual, that part. I wrote stories about the adventures. I wrote a book about it that I thought was going to get me rich because, again, I realized that I needed money. After 5 years of hitchhiking, you soon learn that money is very important. I mean, it's not as important as oxygen, but it's getting close. It really helps if you want to have an adventurous life where you can do what it is that you are most passionate about with the people you're most passionate about, then money is vital. So I saw business as the best opportunity of creating that income. And so I tried to create a business around the book, teaching people how to hitchhike. What can you guess from that? Well, it didn't go very well. I sold like 4 books the day it launched, one to my auntie, one to my mom. It didn't make me rich. So I was open-minded at that point in time to take a look at other things. And I had done other things, some website creation, internet marketing, drop shipping, stuff like that. And my business partner, she said, check out Nu Skin. I said, Nu Skin? What on earth is Nu Skin? I have no interest in skincare. I use coconut oil on my skin at that time. And is there anyone else here who ever used coconut oil on your face? I don't recommend it. It's not the best. And what she did was show me one of the pieces of technology that this company has developed or helped to bring to the market. And it's like a nutritional lie detector. And I saw that it opened my eyes to a whole new world. And I got started with this company because I realized that I could act as a connector between amazing products and that solve people's problems and people who have some sort of need, and I would get paid accordingly. So let's bring up the presentation. Hopefully I can do this right. And I will take you through a bit more about who Nu Skin is and what it is that they do and what are the products that they work with. Okay, so I've started at the end. Let's go to the start. So Nu Skin, let's kick it off here actually. So what are you looking for? Because everyone on this call tonight is here for a different reason, and that's why we have this up first. And that's to figure out kind of, I mean, obviously you can type it in and share if you like, but have that at the front of your mind. What is your top priority right now? I know personally for myself, after the last couple of years, I have seen that it's super important to have a plan B of some sort, or to have an income stream that is very flexible, that is fluid, that is able to adapt to different market circumstances, which is exactly what has happened with my Nu Skin business, because it's in a couple of countries. So if there's a rough time in Australia, well, there's still customers in the UK, there's still customers in the US, there's a team in Peru. So it it's not dependent on one market. So maybe you're just looking for supplemental income. Maybe you're looking for a business of your own. Maybe you're just looking for some sort of personal development or the opportunity to meet some new people. Whatever it may be, keep that at the front of your mind as we move through this over the next 15 minutes or so. Now, what are the trends that Nu Skin operates within? That's an important question, because when you are building or working with a business, you want to be positioned in front of trends that are growing and expanding. Why is that? Well, when you are positioned in front of the right trend, the whole market interest is pointed in your direction. And so you can be average in a great trend and do really well. But if you're just dealing with a fad is something that comes and goes really fast. A fad is whatever your kid had to have for Christmas, and now it sits in the cupboard unused. They can't even remember the name of it. That's a fad. You can make a lot of money in fads if you time it perfectly, if you're just before the growth, and then you've got to time it for the next fad again. So trends are much longer, drawn out periods, and it's a much wiser way of building a long-term business. So we work in a few different trends, as you've read here: technology and social media. Health, beauty, and anti-aging is a huge one, because every single one of us is getting older. Whether we like it or not, and most people don't like it. Most people are actively looking for ways to deal with that, some solutions, and that's exactly what we can help them with. And then, of course, there's flexible and remote working, which has really grown over the last couple of years. Now, who is Nu Skin? So Nu Skin is an American company that's been around for over 37 years now. They are operating in over 50 markets around the world, which leads back to what I was talking about, the flexibility of being able to work in each one of those markets, which is exactly what happens. You can work wherever Nu Skin is, and they do that in a really innovative way that is superior to any drop shipping business model I've ever seen. The revenue for last year was over $2.6 billion. So they're not a small company. They've been around, they've stood the test of time. And the most important thing that you can see here is that they are a publicly listed and traded company on the New York Stock Exchange, and have been for decades. They have a 5A1 Dun & Bradstreet rating, which you've probably never heard of that before, but Dun & Bradstreet is a financial institution that ranks the stability and security of different publicly listed companies, and 5A1 is the highest rating you get. It just means that Nu Skin is very secure. It is as solid as you can get, and that's someone that you want to partner with to build something for the future, because there's a greater chance that it's going to be there in the future. That is kind of on the financial side there. And what I didn't mention on the publicly listed and traded, what's important about that is it means that Nu Skin is completely transparent. They are transparent in two primary things. The first one is that they are audited every quarter by PwC. And secondly, they are completely transparent about the claims that they make for their products. So if they make a claim, they have to substantiate it, they have to back it up, and they have to open the books and kind of show everyone how they get to that conclusion. Private companies, they're not held to the same standard. So Nu Skin is a massive scientific company. They have a huge research and development team. I like to call them our army of nerds, because we have over 75 full-time scientists. Many of them are PhDs in their respective fields, and they come from a broad cross-section of fields. And their sole purpose is to come to work every day in different areas where Nu Skin have their headquarters in the US, in China, in different parts of the world, in their research centers. And their job is to come to work and figure out how they can make us look younger, how they can make us feel younger, how they can make our life easier or better in some way. And it keeps Nu Skin on the cutting edge of innovation, the cutting edge of what is available in the different trends that we work in, and particularly within the anti-aging world. And that is why Nu Skin has become the world's #1 at-home beauty device system brand. Now that's a mouthful, but it's a really cool thing because of the entire beauty industry. Guess which sector is set to grow one of the most over the next few years? And that is the beauty device sector. We're #1 in that sector. So it's a huge, I guess, head start on the competition here. So there's a bunch of different things here. I'm going to try and keep on time with this call and I'll run through it. But the 6S quality control process is something I just want to touch on there, because that is something that ensures that every single Nu Skin product is of a standard and quality that you don't tend to see out there in the market, because most companies don't hold themselves to the same standards because it's super expensive. But Nu Skin is a very conservative company. They maintain their cash flow so that they can invest and reinvest into incredible products. So the 6S quality process, I recommend checking out a video about exactly that. And that's kind of the guarantee of how good our products are, all the way from sourcing of the raw ingredients, standardization, and the safety and the efficacy of the end product, which is of paramount importance. So what are the products? Well, there's hundreds of different products with Nu Skin, which is amazing because it means you can start with whatever it is that is of interest to you, what area you want to focus on, whether it's the face, whether it's the teeth, whether it's your body, whether it's internally supplementation, like I was most interested in when I first started with Nu Skin. And these are a few of the social sellers. So they're the most popular that you see on social media. You may have seen these or other ones that I will run through, and they're really accessible products. And I guess that's why they share so well on social media, because it's easy to take a little photo and share a little before and after picture, and then people buy from that post directly. And that really changes the way the flexibility of the business that you have in your hands. So this is the Lumi Spa. Perhaps you have seen this one. It is the world's #1 cleansing device, and it has been for over 4 years now. And it really has taken the world by storm. There's used to be another company out there with a bristle brush technology. You probably know of it, starts with the letter C, and it no longer exists, largely thanks to the superiority of this gadget. Now, if you have never tried the products, I recommend starting with this one, getting a little demonstration, do a half-face demonstration. When it first launched, I was brave enough to use it on half my face for about a month. And then I did a live video showing the difference, because I was really surprised. I didn't think I would notice such a difference. But the reason why I saw such a difference between the two sides to my face was because this isn't just a cleansing device, it is dual action. So it's doing two things at once. It's also treating the skin, like stimulating the skin. So the longer you use it, the better the results. Now, ask the person who invited you to this call to check out some results from that. We all have a ton of before and after pictures on our phone whenever we open this up. It's a little embarrassing. Those guys who are watching who are with Nu Skin will know what I'm talking about, because you've got all these body parts that people have sent you from their results with these devices and these products. But it's just a great way of sharing. So what this slide's meant to be about is that it actually took only 18 months to sell 2 million units of the Lumi Spa. But it took, I believe, it's not showing it here, but I believe it was 10 years for the Galvanic Spa, which is another beauty device that we have. We nicknamed that one the Wrinkle Iron, to sell the same amount. And of course, Lumi Spas have increased since then, because it's been around for over 4 years now. So this right there is the Pharmanx range. Pharmanx is the nutritional side of this business, and it's what really piqued my interest. So as I said before, Nu Skin is a massive science company. So the biophotonic scanner that you see on the screen there, that's the nutritional lie detector. And if you forget everything else from this presentation, just remember that, and asked to experience a scan with that, because what it's doing is measuring your antioxidant status at a cellular level. Not going to go all sciencey on you here, but what that means is you don't have to give blood to do that. You don't have to give a chunk of flesh, which is the most accurate way of doing it. This is just a laser beam or light that is going into the skin, and it's giving you this reading of how well are you absorbing from what you're putting inside your body. That includes the food you're eating and the supplements. So are the supplements you're using actually working? Well, that device is a really great way of giving you an idea of whether that's a yes or a no. And that's why the very first person I spoke to in this business was my doctor. And she checked out the science on that, was blown away by it. She loves new technology like this, and she implemented it into her clinic and used it on her 3,000 clients. And that got me started in the business. So what exactly do we do? Well, exactly like what I just said, we are connectors. So I discovered this amazing technology that Nu Skin has, and Nu Skin doesn't advertise these products. Instead, what they do is they put them in the hand of trained distributors like myself and other people that perhaps invited you to view this. And then we get them out there to the people who need them the most. So I knew my doctor who is super interested in this and it would be really valuable for them. And I connected the dots and I earned a commission as a result whenever a product is sold. So this is running through a little bit of the compensation plan, and it probably looks like Korean right now. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but to simplify it, there is 3 different ways that you can kind of participate with Nu Skin. And the first way is you can be a sharer of the products. And that's just, someone who's using the products, they're getting a discount on those products. They're loving the results, and they maybe do a post occasionally. They talk to someone here and there, do a little demonstration, and they will earn the retail commission from that. It's kind of like thank you money, we like to call it. The second column there is builder. So that's someone who is a little more serious. They've seen some results, they've seen some money coming through, and they decide, you know what, I want to actually have my own little Nu Skin kind of franchise of sorts. And I want to tap into this massive trend that's all around me of people wanting to improve the way they look, the way they feel, etc. And they start connecting people with that. And they have some friends out there who also want to do the same thing. They want to be sharers. It's like they're going to earn a commission on that. And then the final column is leading. So that's when they have helped other people to set up their own little Nu Skin franchise, and they will earn a percentage on the success of that business. And that's what really attracted me, because that allows you to have leverage in your life. And it also means that a business that you start here, wherever it is that here is for you, for me, it's Sydney, Australia, can grow to Brisbane, to Melbourne, to New Zealand, to China, to France, to wherever. And that's one of the most exciting parts of this business, is that you can really multiply your effectiveness out there in the marketplace. And so because we're a publicly listed and traded company, then all the commissions for different levels within the business are publicly available. And this is some of them here. This is in US dollars, average monthly income above the line. And as you can see, as you move along that line, you will notice that it starts to get very, very attractive if you're earning that much US per month. So this is something that people tend to do in the, I would say for the a third of that chart right there, they're doing part-time. This is something that most people would just do in their spare time on the side of what you're already doing. And so it's very flexible. Have I said that already? And it allows you to kind of fit it around your life. And in that way, it is a lifestyle business. However, it has scalability that most lifestyle businesses just don't. On top of the commissions that you earn, there's also incredible incentive trips that they give for those who are just out there building their business as you normally would go about your day building your business. Well, Nu Skin recognizes you for that, recognizes your hard work, and they send you all over the world. At the moment, there is a bunch of people who are in the Hayman Islands up in Queensland right now. And I just saw that they'd actually gone under budget for that trip. So they'd added $400 per day for incidentals that people could use. I mean, that's an incredible sort of trip. They really go all out. It is 5 stars, these trips, and it's for you and a +1. So the most memorable trip that I've been on for Nu Skin, I've been on a couple of them, fortunately, was to South Africa. And that was always the dream of my mum, to go on safari. So I brought my mum with me because I've traveled the world. I've been to over 40 countries, and that's been amazing experiences, but I've never been able to share that experience with other people. So I'm so grateful to Nu Skin for giving me that opportunity to share, give my mother a dream, a bucket list dream that she didn't expect to fulfill. And that is still to this day the most memorable experience I've had traveling around the world. And of course, there is the heart of Nu Skin, and that is that you go out there and be a force for good in the world. And so there's many different ways that we do that. And one of the ways is by sharing these products, by sharing this business and impacting people's lives in that way. But there's also Vitameal and Nourish the Children incentive, which there are people on this call right now that have had a massive role in that, and they have really gotten out there and shared so many of these really nutritious meals that normally when you're donating food, you're donating a bag of rice or corn, and sure, it fills the stomach, but it's not nutritionally rich. So we got that army of nerds, the over 75 full-time scientists, to get to work on figuring out a way to infuse that food with vitamins so that it's meeting the total daily requirement, and it's helping with malnutrition. And we've provided over 650 million meals, and it's actually higher than that because this is an old slide, but it just continues to go on and on. It's quite incredible. So of course you're probably looking at this going, that sounds amazing, that sounds really interesting, and well, that Lumi Spa thing piqued my attention, and the nutritional lie detector sounds cool, and the leverage, I love the sound of all of this. But Kurt, I have no idea how to build a business like this. How the hell do you get started? Well, there is support and training built into this system. Everything is provided for there in regards to the equipment necessary to go out there and build your business. And it's provided for free. It comes with the business. You've got a website, you've got the app, you've got the ability to share a link with someone on the other side of the world, and they will purchase through that link that has been provided by Nu Skin. Nu Skin will send the product to them after processing the payment, and they will send you the commission. You didn't have to touch the product at any stage in that. It's something quite incredible. So all the support and training is there so that we can hold your hand and go step by step of the way. And you can learn, but better than that, you can earn while you learn. I think that's a smarter way of building a business. So ultimately, your business, your way. I guess the final point here is that if anything that you have seen or that I've shared so far has really piqued your interest and aroused curiosity for you, then I encourage you to ask questions of the person who invited you to take a look at this or has shared this with you, and let them know what it was that was most interesting for you. Was it the products, or was it the business? Was it the Nourish the Children incentive, or was it the success trips? Do you want to give your family a free holiday? Like, what is it that is the highest priority for you? And then they can provide you and kind of hold your hand through that process of providing you with more information and giving you an experience with these products if you haven't already had them. All right, guys, I think that is long enough for tonight. My name is Kurt Provost. If you do decide to partner with this company, I congratulate you on that decision, and I look forward to meeting you at an event in the future, which is part of the support and training that we do. If you don't, that is totally cool. You are at least aware of some valuable information right now that this exists out there. And at the very least, I recommend you go and give the products a try, because they in themselves can have a really life-changing result or effect for you. So that's it for tonight. I look forward to seeing you in the future, and ciao, guys.